My UFC debut, of course.
Mm.
It lasted only like under 8 seconds.
Scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. The relax, Mr. Finland. And we are underway. Coming right across with a huge lead. Powerful flying lead. He's hurt. Trying to finish it right here. And it's all over. Just like.
When we met, you were at a very low point in your life. You like to share a little bit what happened there?
Didn't do anything, but suddenly I started to cry.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, mentally, like, uh, you wouldn't think that you can survive from that. I don't even see losing. I swear, I don't see even losing. Like, not only that I have been fighting and raising a kid, you need to have these hard moments to, appreciate the good ones. So
How important is the mental aspect in fighting? You as a very experienced
I would
fighter.
say 95 mind and 5%.
Hi, and welcome to the Transformation Room. I'm Satyam Altunel. I'm a high-performance mental coach and mentor, and I'm today here with Makwan Amirkhani. I met Makwan around 2 years ago, and we have done some good inner work, and we will talk about that today and also about other things. So, hi, Makwan.
Hello, Satyam.
How are you doing?
More than good.
More than good.
Yeah.
We're here in Finland, in the woods. Beautiful out here. So initially you had a very good career. You have been, I think, 8 years in the UFC. Is that correct?
Yeah, a bit more.
A bit
Yeah,
more, yeah.
yeah.
And how did you come to get into UFC? How was your career? Tell us a little bit.
Uh, I didn't even know about UFC until I was like professional fighter. But I started with just regular Greco-Roman wrestling, freestyle wrestling, and I always wanted to use those skills to make a profession out of it, and that's why MMA and UFC was the next move. But I didn't have any plans to be there, but I was just good what I was doing.
And how was your experience being in the UFC for
Uh,
such a long time?
it was good. It was the guys are professional, and I like quality, and that's what UFC is. So nothing but positive thoughts about them.
Mm. And why fighting? What made you to a fighter?
Well, because I have had no other options. Uh, all my brothers and cousins were uh, doing wrestling, so it was not an option to say like, "Hey, I want to do another sport." So that means it will cost the family more. So it's easy to stick at one sport and wrestling. And in wrestling, like to do wrestling, it's not that expensive. You can have like wrestling shoes uh, for 2 years, 3 years, and then you just pay the license, or if you even need for that.
Mm. And you think your upbringing, your childhood has something to do with becoming a fighter? Think it has an
Well,
influence?
yeah, I think like I don't back down, and I want to face the fears that I have. And when I was kid, I was like a child that was bullied, and but when I started to get skills, I became more comfortable with who I was, and there was no need to use the skills. But I think yeah, that kind of a childhood will affect you to be stronger,
Mm.
to defend yourself, or yeah, whatever. Like
Yeah,
situation comes, you can be like brave in that situation.
understand. If you could name one fight you can't forget. Which fight would that be and why?
Uh, well, in a positive way, my UFC debut, of course.
Mm.
It lasted only like under 8 seconds, and it was my debut. There was so many thoughts about how will I, do in UFC in the first fight. And from 1,000 audience, you go to 33,000. So it was a big, like, difference, but I handled pretty well.
Under 8 seconds,
Yeah.
pretty well. Nice. Um, when we met, you were at a very low point in your life. You like to share a little bit what happened there?
Well, yeah, it was a roller coaster of the feelings. So I was at the highest and also in the lowest, in at the same time. Like, well, I was having, I had, you know, relationship problems, but then we had also, a 1-year-old kid in that, like, in between us. So, you know, it was like it felt like I was in a survival mode because I got cut off from the UFC, and then I had one fight where I was in a very, like, situation where you the only, like, uh like, you are in a situation in a fight where it's only one option to get hurt, and you were not awake from that because it's not a regular thing. You saw the clip,
Mhm.
you've seen it, so it's not like it happens all the time in a fight. So it was something that even I didn't understand that that kind of a mistake can happen. But I broke the shoulder, and I was like, what do I do? Like, I got cut off from the UFC, but also, like, my shoulder is broken. So how will I, manage to survive from this and get back and, fix everything? Because nothing is impossible. So I was like, it's a hard road, but still, possible when you look at my life like now. But yeah, if there was, these certain things that was causing a lot of mental like stress,
Mm.
uh also, like, not be able to relieve that stress that you have in your body with uh um since you're an athlete, you usually uh train also because of your mental health. You get always better mood when you're active.
Mhm.
So when you have broken shoulder, you can't do that. So it was mentally,
Yeah.
like, you know, unbelievable. Like, I just uh, didn't do anything, but suddenly I started to cry.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, mentally, like, uh, you wouldn't think that you can survive from that, but
Mm.
still, like, that's why I say that nothing is impossible.
Yeah. Did you believe then it was the end of everything? Was that this thoughts in you?
Well, yeah,
Because there were many things going on, no? Like parallel, like
yeah,
they
it
lost
was.
few fights, shoulder surgery, relationship, so many things. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. You didn't know what's what what is future holding. You
Mm.
were like,
Uncertainty.
yeah, very lost. But yeah, here we are.
Yeah. So, and then to the work we have done, to the inner work, what has changed for you?
Well, understanding of different situations, and uh like you think you have a clue of what is going on, but then somebody can say another way to look at it, and then you're like that was better than my idea. Or if I had good ideas, there was a person to like um, to agree of what you're thinking, that that's good, or these uh, things have been affecting, of course, the uh, how I see the situation. And yeah, it's like it was like when person is dying, and then they give this
Yeah,
shocks.
yeah.
Yeah, so it feels like
Rebirth.
yeah, yeah. So that's how I see it. Like uh, when you are just with your own thoughts, or even if you have somebody to talk to, but he can't give you the right, answers that you need to hear
Mm,
to, rise. So then,
yeah,
and of course, like uh, uh, physical way of also uh, curing yourself, like breathing and meditation. And yeah, and like I believe there has been a lot of good effects with speaking with you, and it's like uh, mm, almost like impossible to do it alone. But also there is you have to have your own will
hmm,
also
yeah.
to,
Just someone to support this.
yeah,
Yeah,
to that it actually works.
yeah,
So if I have a guy that
yeah,
I want to motivate, and
yeah,
he doesn't do the changes,
yeah,
he
yeah,
just continues of doing the same
yeah,
mistakes, and not actually believing in
yeah.
it. So then it's like, of course, then the work doesn't work.
Yes. I think this is also my work, to just support the potential I see in someone rather than I do something for someone, we do it together. This is more, I think this is sometimes an understanding going to a coach or a therapist whatsoever, and then expecting that this person change things for you, but we work actually with what is in you, and
Exactly.
wherever you are at, we can work with that.
Yes.
And also I think what helped a lot, we have done some trauma work, we have worked with feelings and emotions, that's something which brought a bit more stability um into you.
Yeah, I agree. Like, it, and also the the person you work with should know this, that this is like team.
Yes, teamwork.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. I always say, I'm 50%, you're 50%.
Yeah.
Without your will and without you wanting it, I can't do anything.
No, this is like uh because if there wouldn't be the work of the other half, it wouldn't make sense.
Wouldn't make sense. Yeah,
So it's like naturally everybody should know
yeah,
this, that
yeah,
it's
yeah,
also up to me. Not also, but like first thing first, I really need to want to change.
yes, yes, that's very important. That's very important. I see that in my work. If as more desperate a person is, as more a person wants it, as faster and better as the result also,
Yeah. And also I believe like it has to be in you.
Mm,
Like you are like um, carrying it all your life,
Yeah.
and it's just up to you. When do you want to, you know, get that potential what
Yeah.
you have in you?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's why the belief is such a important
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. But
because
especially when you're so down, I think you lose also confidence and belief in
believe,
yourself. And having someone who sees that in you, actually, who sees all the potential, and it helps you to cultivate this. I
yes.
think this is
Uh,
the
I,
important thing
I,
also.
I would say, something that even you need to, especially you need to hear this, because I don't think like many people you work with really says this, or has anyone said this, that it's very important that what you say is like you don't negotiate with it. You believe in it so much that it convinced me,
Mhm.
because I remember some of our, calls that we have had. I have asked question and you have gave me the answer like really quick, and also like almost like giving a guarantee about it, like
Mm.
the way you answer it. And like, let me give you an example. Like, I tell you like, hey, I feel really bad, and if uh, if I work hard on everything, this feeling will go away, right? Then you are like, yeah, like 100%, yes, is this, yes, of course. And then if I ask for an like, can you give me like more details about your, what is it, your, you stand for something,
Yeah.
and then I want to know more about it,
Yeah.
like why you
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
this way.
Yeah.
Then the answer has came really
Yeah.
fast, so it convinced me to believe
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
what you are saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not a just saying.
Yeah, because I really believe, it doesn't come from I made it up or only to let you feel better or to motivate you. Everything I've been saying, I can back up because I believed in it and I believe into what I'm saying. And because I sometimes I see things my clients don't see, and and I am very convicted by it because I see it, I know. It's a very good example of, for example, for you it felt like, hey, this is the end of everything, you know you were really down
Yeah.
on so many levels, but I saw something else.
Yeah, you
I
saw
saw
an option,
I knew what's happening.
opportunity.
I saw an amazing opportunity which,
And this is
yeah.
this is exactly when you say opportunity, and we use that word, then it's the the contrast of these two words are so big that it convinces you
Mm.
to believe.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like it's the end,
Mm-hmm.
but the end and opportunity.
Yes.
So the other one thinks that's it.
Yeah.
The other one says it
It's a
now.
beginning.
Yeah, it's a start. So
Yeah.
it's so big,
Yeah.
and the answer is that you say this is opportunity. You know, then I'm like, hey, like if you would say, yeah, this is way to start, and this after this you feel good, and
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It wouldn't convince me, but
Mm.
these words and the way you say it, and of course,
Yeah.
again, what you have been carrying all your life, like it will it will all come to true to what you really believe.
Yeah.
Only if you have patience and you work, you
Yes.
believe.
Yes, I think this is, so important to have the right mindset with it also, no?
Yeah.
That any ending, every ending is not really an ending if we know how to use it. It
Yeah.
can be an ending
Yeah.
if you don't use it well,
Yeah.
but no, if you take it as opportunity. And it showed and it proved itself, especially in your life.
Yeah,
You
it's
know, that
true.
it was more rebirth. And I believe, and I saw it also in you, that for some people, they just need to come to that low point in life where everything falls apart to discover something which cannot fall apart first, and second also to go deeper into their potential and into their mission, you know. And this is what I saw very clearly in you, and this is what I wanted to support, and I supported, and I feel now we are at a good point to speak about it.
Yeah, like it it couldn't be earlier. It couldn't be
Yes.
because the work was even now the work is not done,
Yeah.
but we are in a point where we can take a small rest and think about it, like how it was uh, 2 years ago,
Yeah.
and
Years ago.
where we are now,
Yeah.
and where we are going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. The difference is uh, can't describe it, and you see this in everything. If you are in a bad, not can't say in a bad mood, but not in a good vibration, you are like depressed or something.
Mm.
Your energy is, field is very like distracted.
Yes.
You are sad and everything. Then everything around you also looks like that.
Yes. Yes.
But if you change the thoughts
Yeah.
and
Y-
then
Yeah.
there
It's
you
just
have it.
a switch
Yeah,
of
yeah,
mindset. No, but
and then
yeah.
everything you start to
Yeah.
extract positive
Yeah.
vibes and
Yeah, but I believe, and I see also in my work that I can't just tell people, hey, just change your thoughts, change your belief. That's
yeah,
very unfair. It doesn't work, you know. I need to understand them deeper, on a deeper level. Why are they believing what they are believing? What did they experience? Where are they coming from? And I need to work there at the root of things. And when I work out the root cause of the problems, then things automatically change. You know, you don't
yeah,
need
this
to
is true.
work on this superficial layers of mindset, but do the right deep work, and then everything else falls into place by itself.
Yeah, this is true
Mm.
because we spoke about this that you know in the deeper level of what can cause this.
Yes.
And but besides this injury and relationship problems and cutting off from the UFC, of course, those are big things. But I think like mentally, still, I was like doing okay because I was raising a kid at the
Yes.
same time.
You need to function.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I wasn't like
Yes.
totally off.
Yeah. But you said something nice. You said survival mode.
Yes,
Survival mode is a mode where you function, but not in your full power.
this is true.
Yeah. And then being too long in survival mode is not good, you know. So it's good to come again to power, and I think this is what happened to you, Rich. And you can see the evidence now a lot in your life, you know. And it's also for you, of course, privately, many things change, but also I think you won all your fights after.
Yeah,
4 fights.
yeah.
So professionally, same thing.
I don't even see losing.
See?
I swear, I don't see even losing. Like if I I think I have been running with like 60 or 50% of
Mm,
capacity of how much I can really put into this. But you know, not only that I have been fighting and raising a kid and keeping the family together, running the gym where it's
yeah,
like almost 100 people,
yeah.
and the ones that go to competition, and also two of my own companies,
Mm,
and can't say what companies, but those companies are not small. So I
yes.
was doing I was in a survival mode of doing all that. Then we can talk about this sport part.
Yes.
But that's what I said, that I have been running with
Mm.
60% of capacity, because once I have that 100, then I was thinking that maybe I could fight in a Christmas. And when they asked me, who to fight, I was like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember you felt so powerful. You said, I don't mind whoever.
Yeah.
I just want to fight. I know now I'm running.
Yeah, because even then, the the mindset was okay,
Yeah.
but the physical mode was not in
Yeah.
where it should
Yes.
be. But
Yes.
now I've been now healthy again, like
Yeah.
2 years with this
Yeah.
shoulder, no problems, and I have basically no other injuries than
Yeah.
a bit of my knuckle, hurts.
Yes.
But it's like it's getting better. But yeah, just need to watch out how
Yeah.
to hit. But
You said something I'd like to ask you. You said mindset was there, but physically I was not fully there yet. So do you think even you are physically not maybe well prepared, enough trained, fit, healthy, if you have the right mindset, this is something
look,
gives you advantage?
my boys, I had competition this week. You were there also. I won. Then my guys, two of them were in a national championship of Finland
Mhm.
competition, MMA, and they were in third place. And then I saw them later on after the fight, and then I said, "Where your ball missing?" And they were like,
Well,
"What
your
do you
ball's
mean?"
missing, eh?
Yeah, I mean, like, or is your toy missing, for example? And they were like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "Was it strange when there was no,
Mhm.
I was not in the corner?"
No.
And they were like, "Mm, well, yeah, it was." Then I said, "Well, now you understand uh, how important the mind
Mm.
is."
Mm.
So, of course, I'm adult and more experienced, that I uh, I can think the way how to fight someone and give you the right instruction.
Mhm.
But still, like, these guys can beat their opponents easily if they do the right things,
Mm.
and their mind is, because they know, I've seen it in the gym.
Yeah.
But when your mind is not, you don't, you're not the control of your mind, you make mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very good to hear. Nice insight. And how's life now? How does your life look now in comparison to 2 years ago?
Well, we spoke about this. I said, well, uh, there is these few things that I need to take care of, but then always something new will come.
Yeah.
And you said a good thing, that that's life. Like, it has to be like this, because otherwise, like, it doesn't make sense if it's just, uh, everything is just nice. You need to have these hard moments
Mm.
to, appreciate the good ones.
Yes.
So that's why I'm like, and you also, like, learn from it and you grow from it, like, mentally.
100%.
And it doesn't matter if you grow years
Yeah.
and you lose your hair, and you are like, you start to look old, but you haven't gained anything,
Yeah.
not any wisdom
Yeah.
to share, or
Yeah.
just to have this on your head. So
Yeah.
that's why it's like necessary to
Yes. Yes.
experience
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. Things come to challenge us a little bit, to take us also deeper,
Yeah,
to let us learn and get wisdom and experience and everything. So life cannot always looks good, but the only difference is how do you deal with what's happening,
this is true.
does it shake you, does it break you, and I feel it's important to do the right work, that you can deal with everything what comes, and then things will come to, no one is perfect, but we're trying our best and to improve always with what's coming and use it. use it, and never see ourselves as a victim of life, but gaining power from it. This is what makes a difference.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying.
Um, how important is it to? How important is the mental aspect in fighting? You as a very experienced
I would
fighter.
say 95 mind and 5%.
Tell me a bit more why.
Well, the more the more fighter thinks that he can, you know, be the best only on focusing, the physical aspect, then you are more easier to fool, or we call it like a thing I call it especially like I make you pay for your mistakes.
Yeah.
So if you are like you have muscles, then I understand like, okay, this guy, he relies on the muscles a lot. So then it's easier for me to control his mind and make him make mistake, and then punish him for it. So that's why I would say that even a bad fighter, if he does the right things, he can beat a good
If he
fighter.
does the right thing mentally, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's very interesting. And what do you think? How important is playing emotions in competition and fighting in being a professional athlete? How important is it to control your emotions?
Well, it's the same thing, like uh, emotions and thoughts. I would put them in the same category because uh, emotions also brings thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
So once you can be without emotions and deal with it with just uh, what is the English word for it? Uh, uh, like something happens
Yeah.
and the other guy is like, "Oh my God,"
Yeah.
he deals with it
Reaction.
emotions,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then there is the other guy who says, "Okay, this is 1 plus 1 is 2."
Yeah.
He he sees just the thing,
Mm-hmm.
and he doesn't react with
Yeah.
emotions.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He only it's like watching a movie or
Yeah.
a game,
Yeah.
and you don't take it that personal.
Yeah.
So that's why you can't have emotions. You need to see it as a game
Yeah. Yeah.
to be able to be calm.
Yeah.
Like nothing can affect
Yeah, yeah,
you.
yeah. I mean, I think what you want to say is like you can't have emotions. You can't let emotions affect you or control you. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
right.
Of
That's
course, like I'm not heartless. Like I have emotions and everything,
yes.
and if it's a good one, I'm like I want to give it even more
Yeah.
power to that emotions, but not like uh emotions like, oh, that one guy. I went to a fight where 12,000 people were like cheering to my opponent,
Yeah.
and they were like screaming, "You're gonna lose, lad! You're gonna lose!" And then they mentioned my opponent's name. He gonna beat you and blah blah blah. And then I choked the guy in 57 seconds. I was like, uh, to my corner man, I said, "You wanna see when I silence this?"
The crowd.
Yeah, and he said yes. And I did it, and I said, "Did you see? I silenced the whole crowd." And this I did because they thought it will affect my emotions, and I wanted to prove that
Mm-hmm.
none of this, I don't deal with emotions
Mm-hmm.
in that situation, especially.
Yeah.
Emotions becomes like zero to me
Mm.
in that moment of life.
Yes.
Like you have no knife, you have no gun.
We're on the
It's just
yeah.
me and you
Yeah.
and the referee,
Very good.
and there is rules.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how can I deal with
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
emotions?
I think this shows very clearly how like emotions can really overwhelm you in the moment, and you have already lost the fight before it starts,
Yeah.
but you knew, hey, I'm winning this fight, whatever happens, you know. So you use emotions, you know,
Yes.
to for
Yeah,
strength even.
of course. But this is also like emotions, and everything comes from what we do every day.
Yeah.
Like I can't be like, okay, now I want this emotions and I want to give it a power. No, you don't. The power you want to give that emotions comes from what you have been doing
Yeah.
daily
Yes.
for months
Train
and
like
years.
you don't just go and choke out someone by accident. You
Yeah,
learn this
yeah,
choke how
yeah.
many times,
Yes.
for how many years.
Like when people get this, for example, this anaconda choke, and they are like, if you do it to me, it will be the funniest joke in the world. And when other people are doing it, I'm like, I see the mistakes, and sometimes like okay, the guy, succeed, but you have to also look at the opponent, how he defends it. So you see it in such a big picture that this requires that you have been onto this mission, and this has been your thought in your thoughts for years.
Yes.
That then I can have
Yes.
then when I have physically, I
Yes.
have trained myself in a good shape, then I can decide like, hey, I want that feeling, and then I can have it.
Yeah. Yes. So you can maybe say also something to what's for athletes or for like fighters, athletes, anyone who lives something or competes on a higher level. What happens when you neglect this mental part and you focus only on the physical?
What happens
Yeah.
to a guy who or a girl
Who is preparing himself only physically and not this mental, because you need to put work into it,
he will win, he will win, he will win until there is a guy who is mentally only ahead of him. Also,
only
like
ahead of him even.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Yes.
It can happen with that kind of a opponent, or it can happen to a guy that he's ahead of him with his mind, like technically, and also mind, but he also trains physically.
Yeah.
So he's physically not maybe in the same level,
Yeah.
but he's okay. Usually, the higher risk that you will fall to someone's trap who
Yeah.
is not physically at your level, but like very good at professional athlete, and then he is just from his head,
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah. 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 That's great to hear. So yeah, this is what I find is very important to train people on that level as well, especially when they are competing. It's not enough just to prepare physically. It will come a point where it needs to be there to use it. Otherwise, you will
Yeah.
fall off 100%.
You have to like you have to again. We come to this belief like I have said these things, so many times to uh, kids that I train, but it's like a game again, like a game where these kids they get lost
Yeah.
and they get lost, and then it's very hard to make them believe that it's come on, it's not only enough that you guys come and do the work, and then you go home and you switch to this normal guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you have to live this. The more you live like a guy you want to be in the future, the more certain that it will happen,
Yes.
and just sooner.
Yeah. I agree. So like with in my work, for example, with emotions, like I train them, like I call it emotional mastery. You need to be a master of emotions to be able to use them. You can use them. They are in us. They are powerhouse. You're not using. So many people don't even know what emotions are. When you ask them, hey, what are you feeling? They don't really know. They're not connected.
Yeah.
So it's important to the seeming negative feelings to transform into power and strength. And this is possible only if you do the work outside of competition, even outside of physical training.
Yeah.
And you have a gym. You're training fighters, also many young fighters. What
Yeah.
is what is what are you giving them more than just the physical training, which must be great with your experience?
Well, for example, like they, of course, and we come to this technical part. I have been doing it for such a long time, but still, like, they know me very well. I still, still I can, for example, this anaconda chop, they know exactly what I'm doing, and I always get it when I want. And then when there is a fight, I, I'm like, you have to do it like this. And if you don't believe me, watch when I have like a fight in 3 weeks, and then I go there and I will show you. Then you need to believe me what I'm saying.
Yes.
So then they are like, they watched the fight, and I choked the guy, and then I came home and I said to you guys that this is the way I did those things were that I was running with my mind with full capacity, not only thinking about power. I was thinking about 3 to 4 hair step ahead,
Yeah.
and he was only thinking about probably the takedown. But I was like, when I only touch you, then I'm like, okay, this will land in this kind of a situation soon, but I will be here, and he is always step or two ahead of me. So this you can't work like this if you're not calm from your mind in this kind of a, like, there is a catastrophe going on, and you need to
Deal.
yeah.
Yeah. Navigate it.
Yes.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with the people watching?
Well, since you have been here now in Finland, I'm like, mm, when I see a guy that needs this kind of help, someone to talk to, and I know that it's helpful, then I should recommend you to these guys, and I have been doing it, and I'm like, yeah, I see that not many people are on that level to believe that this can actually work.
Yes.
So that's a pity, because they are like, you criticize the book by the cover, then you don't give this kind of a work uh,
Assurance.
a chance to But again, we come to this. It doesn't even matter if you give a chance, but you have no belief. So my belief is, I would say, extraordinary.
Extraordinary.
Yeah, like I believe in many things.
Yeah. Nice. So I spent now 1 week here in Finland with Makwan. I've been also in his last fight and in his corner also. And what stood out for me is the way how he's handling everything very professionally. He was organizing so much and fighting, and his fight IQ and the way how he's living his life. And for you, life doesn't need to crash for you to start doing something on the work. Like wherever you are at, you can start it, and you should start it. It's very rewarding, and I hope this interview helped you and gives you some nice insights. And yeah, thank you, Markman, for
Thank
your
you,
time.
Sato. Our work continues.
The work continues.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't give up.
Never.
We stay with it.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.